What's up, everyone? Rob here. It's been a while, about 3 months or so. I haven't been up to much lately, but I've been doing a lot better mentally. All my depression, anxiety, fears, and hopelessness, it's all gone. It was without meds, without therapy, just one simple solution, and I'll tell you about it. So a few years ago, when I started this channel, I was in one of the worst spots mentally that I've ever been in my life. I was furious and miserable all the time. And I started to turn to God. I know a lot of you don't believe, don't want to believe, and that's unfortunate, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. While I was in my tent back in New York, I started to turn to God. And it wasn't really in the right way, but I was still turning to Him. Like, I was hateful. I would scream at Him and tell Him how angry I was and why me and all this stuff. Why am I going through this? And it got pretty bad. Like, I told Him to kill me. I told Him to send me to hell and to leave me alone. And I just went on and on. I really, really leaned into Him. But that's the thing. God can take it. And He wants to take it. I'm not saying be mean to God, but He wants to know how you're feeling. He wants to know that you want help if you want help. So I went through that. Nothing was changing. In fact, things were getting worse. And as you can see on the channel. But when none of that was happening, I started to pray. Instead of yell at Him, I started to pray and beg Him to make me a better person. Help me see the truth. And to show me that He's real. I started to make smaller changes, like being kind to people. Stop doing the things I was doing, being hateful. And spend more time focusing on Him. And little did I know, my prayers were being answered. He did send me to hell and beyond. He sent me through this journey, which you can see that I've taken it well. I've always tried to take it as well as I can. But He sent me to places, like, mentally, I can't even explain it. It's just hell. But throughout all of it, I kept talking to Him. I kept sharing my problems. I kept praying just to become a better person. Just please let me become a better person. Show me the way. And I told Him that if He did show me the truth, if I did know that He was real, that I would be here for Him. I went through the journey that the channel shows, all the ups and downs. Every day I kept talking to Him. I kept praying. And it didn't seem like it was getting anywhere. But I just kept praying. I kept trying. I was trying church. I was trying to read the Bible, but I just didn't understand. I didn't believe any of it. Then I started coming down here where I am now. And I started just sitting in silence and praying and talking to Him. Like, just hoping that He was real. And then I started to write. I started to write a testimony. Just because I started to feel peace. I started to feel different. I was acting different. And one day, it was September 8th, 2024, just 5 weeks ago. I was sitting down here writing. I was getting angry, writing about how I can't believe in Jesus. I can't believe in the Bible. I was about to stop and give up again. And then I looked up. I just asked, what do I do? I was very angry. And at that moment, just out of nowhere, I hear Jesus Christ. I looked around. I had no idea where it was coming from. And I noticed to my left, probably 100, 200 yards away, not even, there was a preacher. He set up. I never saw him parked there, never saw him set up. And the first words I heard from him were Jesus Christ right at that moment. All of a sudden, just everything that ever bothered me, every problem I ever had, all the depression, anxiety, fear, hopelessness, wanting to die, all of it was just gone. Just total peace. And I could not stop crying. Like, I felt true happiness for the first time in my life. I felt peace. Like total, complete peace for the first time in my life. He came to me and touched my heart and answered another one of my prayers. Because on September 8th, 2024, I died and I was saved by Jesus Christ. I still can't believe it. I cried for days, just total happiness and total sadness for everything I've ever done. Like everything that I used to do, I don't do anymore. Like I don't listen to music anymore. I don't care about sports anymore. I don't care about smoking anymore. I don't care about junk food anymore. Or talking to people. Like nothing matters anymore except for God. It's completely crazy to think about. Like I say it every day. And it still chokes me up. Just knowing he's real and knowing that he's here for me and knowing that he can do anything. He completely changed me instantly. I started to completely repent everything. Like, I don't understand when Christians talk about sinning. Like, I know accidentally, yeah, but I can't, knowing God's real, sin anymore. I can't do it. Like, unless I'm working or something, every second of every day is for him. He's all I think about. I read the Bible every day now. I pray many times a day now. I talk to God and thank him constantly now. He's my whole life, and I'm here for him. I don't know what to do with the channel anymore. I don't know what's going to go on, but I feel like I was called to preach. Spread the word, save souls. That's all I care about anymore. Like, I used to just join in gossip and all that, but now I just tell everyone about Jesus. I want to show you some proof that he is real and that he can do anything. It's just little things that people could say, oh, it's just a coincidence. I've said, oh, it's just a coincidence to all the times it's happened in my life. One example is the channel was dead, like me. It was just dead. Nothing was going on. Barely any views, no subscribers. I was losing subscribers. September 8th is the day I was saved, born again. And as you can see, instantly, the channel was also born again. It just started up at the same time. The next day, I was sleeping in a Walmart parking lot. When I woke up, I noticed somebody outside the car. There was a guy on a bike. And I saw him around. I didn't know who he was, but I decided to talk to him, say hi. So he was talking to somebody that I knew that also slept in the parking lot. I was going to tell him about what happened the day before. Turns out he was a pastor. He was going around preaching to people on the streets. He does it every day. When I got there, I was nervous. I wasn't going to say anything because he was there too and I didn't know him. And then he let me know he was a pastor just out of nowhere. So I told him both what happened. And he was happy. He asked if I had a Bible. I didn't. So he went home and got one for me. But I thought I knew everything. I was excited. I was like, yes, I'm saved. I have a new life. I'm going to tell everyone everything I know. And I was talking to the pastor and hearing his beliefs. And I started like really getting into him about how he's wrong about things. And afterwards, I realized I was wrong. But yeah, I shouldn't have done it. I ended up giving him my number. And the next morning, he texted me. And the feeling started to build up again about what I was talking about the night before, because I was passionate about it. And at the exact moment he texted me, this happened. God was telling me to shut my mouth. I'm telling you, it's so real. And he completely changed me. I tried telling my sister, and I swear a demon came out. She just sent walls of texts about how evil and horrible I am. And I just told her to keep praying, and she ended up blocking me. But God says that will happen. I was also worried about my health. And one night, all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, I was laying in my car trying to go to bed, and my heart started pounding, just racing and pounding. I could feel it through my whole body, and my heart rate was about 120 or higher. My blood pressure was extremely high, and I just knew I had to go to the hospital. So I went to the emergency room, and normally, like, I panic over the smallest things wrong with me. Any pain I feel, I'm like, oh no, I'm dying. I don't know why, but it just always scared me. I went in there, got into triage. They hooked me up to the machines, and then they started to panic. And like, they thought I was having a heart attack. I thought I was having a heart attack. And it was over, but I didn't panic. I was completely calm. I was calming them down. And I just sat there for a few hours while they did all the tests, the EKG, heart x-ray, all the blood work. And after a few hours, they said I was completely fine. I was just a bit dehydrated. But I've been praying to God, praying to heal me and for good health. But I was so worried, and he sent me to the hospital, got all the testing done, and it was completely fine. I just love to share it. I'm going to keep sharing it. I mean, I don't know what to do with the channel. I would like to do survival stuff, but like I said, I'm still homeless. I don't know what I'm doing or where I'm going. But I do know I'm here to spread the word. I'm more than happy to. That's really all I care about anymore. Thank you all so much for praying for me. I can't believe how many comments there are with people praying for me to find Jesus. I used to always just brush it off, but it worked. Here I am. I hope this reaches some of you at least. I know there's a lot of believers out there, but there's way more non-believers. And it's just sad because it's real. I promise you it's real. You don't need church. You don't need the Bible to start. Just talk to God. Just talk to him. Even if you don't believe, just talk to him. Tell him you want to believe. Ask why you don't believe. He'll show you. He brought me to hell and back, and now everything is great. I'm so grateful. Thank you all for watching. I plan to do a more in-depth testimony soon. I might have to write it though, because I can't remember this stuff, and I don't use scripts or anything. I had no idea what I was going to say today. Just seek God, seek Jesus. I promise you he'll come at the perfect time. He loves us all. It doesn't matter what you do, what you've done. It doesn't matter. He just wants to know you. Thank you all for watching. God bless. Take care. And until next time.